Most indeed. So I actually never experienced foster care. I was adopted at 5 days old. So I never went into the foster care system. However, what it was for me was I was adopted into a predominantly white family. So for me, it was identity issues was the concern. And what that was is everybody, number one, did not look like me. Everybody was generations older than me, and there was really no connection between us, whether it be values or things that we like to do. There was really no connection. And then me being so young, I wasn't able to do anything that they did. And so this directly correlates with the launch of Discover Her, because the focus of the lack of positive support system. If you don't have a father in your life as a young woman, and then becoming a woman, that can completely warp your mindset. As I mentioned, the promiscuity, not having a father had I had a father, that would have been truly a pivotal time for me to express to him what had happened. And so the lack of the positive support systems, if a parent's missing, if we don't have friends that truly are able to be present with you and help you, keep you grounded, we struggle. We completely struggle. And so knowing these things from my experiences and then launching Discover Her, it was truly out of a place, out of necessity. I saw my friends going through these things, myself, and I said, let me create something that we would have benefited from. I was an Oreo. I talked white. I didn't fit in because my vocabulary was extensive, and half of the time my peers, my black peers, they didn't know what I would be talking about. And so it got to a point where I would say that I began to dumb myself down for them to relate to me, or for me to relate to them rather. But then my other peers, I wasn't white, so I didn't fit in with them, and we grew up in a predominantly white town. I would say yes, in the sense of, based out of experience, I have those tangible insights to say, this is what happened for me, though it may look a little bit different for you. Let's see where we can find common ground and what it is that we're exchanging in this moment. The no aspect is, everybody's situation is so unique. So just because I went through this particular aspect where I was brought up in a predominantly white home, and I tried to assimilate, or I tried to change my ways and what I knew was in me or instilled in me to connect with a group of people, it's different for everyone. So it was a closed adoption. I did not have access to any of my biological parents' information until I was 18. And my biological mother's information was released to me when I was 18. And so at that point, that's when I did reach out to her. And when I reached out to my biological mom, I hadn't heard back for a while, but we began having a conversation via email and then via Facebook, and that relationship ended up not going far. She had her own family, which rightfully so, 19-something years later. So she ended up starting her own family, and then she shared with me that she hadn't shared with her family about my existence. So that was a little bit difficult in the sense of, well, we can't start a relationship. Let me correct myself. And I told her, I said, it's not that we can't start a relationship. I'm not willing to start a relationship. This is not secretive. I'm not a secret. I'm not a mistake. So yeah, this isn't going to happen, right? Until you get to the place where you can shed what happened. This happened years ago. So whatever you feel, you need to heal from that, and then let's move forward. So she eventually provided me with my biological father's contact information, and we established a relationship. He and I did, and that's who I'm still connected with today. I don't talk to my biological father as much, but I talk to his mother, and I have 7 siblings on his side, so I talk to them, and their family's huge, very huge. The biggest obstacle that I've overcome, since we're actually talking about the biological family, I would have to say that's what it is. The biggest obstacle that I've overcome is staying true to myself, staying true to Margot Brisky. For a period of time when I was connecting with my biological family, I found out a lot of stuff of what could have been, or what should have been, or what would have been my life. And I found myself trying to become Coco Boykins, and that was what my name was supposed to be. And so I was compromising certain things that A Margot does, or A Margot was, in order to be Coco Boykins. And so I honestly would have to say that was my biggest challenge, is trying to become somebody that I was not purposed to be. I was not purposed to be their daughter. I was purposed to be my mother and father's daughter.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.